First up is Jack Grealish on his way out of the Etihad. Sources say potential Premier League newcomers are circling. Could this be the end of an era for the star midfielder at Manchester City? We've got the inside scoop on where he might be headed next. Then, a legend speaks out. David Silva is opening up about his Manchester City exit, revealing a sadness and a little thorn stuck inside over how his incredible decade with the club came to an end. He's sharing his message to the fans, and it's emotional. We dive deep into the legacy of David Silva, exploring his monumental impact on Manchester City's golden era, his incredible stats, and how the club is attempting to fill the void left by El Mago. Plus, we look at the new talent emerging at the Etihad. And finally, we're breaking down a potential summer clearout at Manchester City, with up to 12 players reportedly on the chopping block. Who's staying, who's going, and what does it mean for the future of the club? You don't want to miss this. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single update.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the PopSockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Jack Grealish tipped for Manchester City, exit to potential Premier League newcomers. Is this the end of Jack Grealish's time at Manchester City? Whispers are growing louder that the star midfielder could be on the move this summer. With Manchester City reportedly open to a sale, several Premier League newcomers are reportedly eyeing a move for the England international. This comes after a season where Grealish has faced intense scrutiny and competition for his place in Pep Guardiola's star-studded squad. Could a fresh start at a newly promoted club reignite his career? We're exploring all the angles and potential destinations for the former Aston Villa captain. Don't go anywhere, because the stories are just getting started. Next, we hear from a Manchester City legend about his emotional departure. A little thorn stuck inside, David Silva opens up on sad Manchester City exit and message to fans. Manchester City icon David Silva has finally broken his silence on his departure from the Etihad Stadium in 2020, admitting a lingering sadness over the circumstances. His decade-long tenure saw him become instrumental in the club's modern golden era, amassing 436 appearances, scoring 77 goals, and providing 141 assists. He was a key figure in ending a 35-year trophy drought and securing numerous Premier League titles. However, his final game was played behind closed doors due to the COVID-19 pandemic, preventing a proper farewell to the adoring fans. Silva revealed to MailSport that not being able to say goodbye left him with a little thorn stuck inside. He cherishes the immense affection he received from the club and its supporters over his 10 years. The club has since sought to fill his creative void with a blend of existing talents like Bernardo Silva and Ilkay Gundogan, and emerging stars such as Phil Foden, Nico O'Reilly, and Ryan Cherki, aiming to combine Silva's technical brilliance with modern-day athleticism. But the changes at City might be even bigger than you think. Stick around as we reveal which players could be heading for the exit door. A little thorn stuck inside, David Silva opens up on sad Manchester City exit and message to fans. Manchester City legend David Silva has spoken candidly about the emotional toll of his departure from the Etihad Stadium in 2020. The Spanish maestro, who spent 10 transformative years with the club, described a persistent feeling of sadness and a little thorn stuck inside due to the abrupt and fan-less nature of his exit. Silva's contributions were foundational to Manchester City's ascent, with his 436 appearances, 77 goals, and 141 assists cementing his status as one of the club's all-time greats, immortalized by a statue. Despite interest from across Europe, he returned to Spain with Real Sociedad. His final Premier League match was a subdued 5-0 win against Norwich, followed by a Champions League exit against Lyon, all without the usual roar of the crowd. It made me sad not to say goodbye, you know? To say goodbye to the fans, to the people, because of COVID, Silva shared, emphasizing the deep connection he felt. He expressed gratitude for the so much affection he received, noting that the inability to bid a proper farewell remains a poignant memory. The club has since navigated the post-Silva era by integrating talent like Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, and Phil Foden. while nurturing emerging prospects such as Nico O'Reilly and acquiring Ryan Cherky, aiming to replicate his technical magic alongside new athletic profiles. And speaking of departures, the shake-up at City might be massive. Get ready for news on a potential exodus of players this summer. Jack Grealish tipped for Manchester City exit to potential Premier League newcomers. Manchester City is reportedly preparing for a significant squad overhaul this summer, with as many as 12 players potentially facing the exit. This major clear-out could see established stars and emerging talents alike depart the Etihad Stadium as Pep Guardiola looks to reshape his squad for future campaigns. Among those reportedly on the transfer list is Jack Grealish, who has struggled to consistently replicate his Aston Villa form since his record-breaking move to City. Premier League newcomers are said to be monitoring his situation closely, potentially offering him a chance to be a central figure once again. Other notable names rumored to be available include Calvin Phillips, who has failed to make an impact since his transfer, and several younger players who may seek more regular first-team football elsewhere. This potential exodus signals a new direction for the club, focusing on efficiency and strategic recruitment to maintain their dominance. The decisions made in the coming months will undoubtedly shape Manchester City's trajectory for years to come. But before we wrap up, let's quickly recap the biggest stories of the day. Stay tuned for a lightning-fast rundown of everything you need to know. What a show! We covered Jack Grealish's potential Manchester City exit, heard David Silva's emotional reflections on his sad departure, and revealed a massive potential clear-out with up to 12 players leaving the Etihad. Don't miss out on any of the breaking news. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, leave a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all social media platforms for instant updates. We'll see you next time on News.